little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never...
Now, Chris, to tonight's main event. That is Claressa making weight, and by all accounts, Chris said it was cake, easy.
Yeah, Claressa Shields feels like making this weight is where she's supposed to be. It has been 3 years since she's fought at 160 pounds, but getting down to this weight, she believes she's comfortable. Said she made it easy. She was bouncing around all week at the open workout, at the press conference, at the weigh-in. She was feeling good. I think this weight cut has not been difficult for Claressa Shields. I expect to see the very best from Claressa Shields tonight.
With that being said, I mean, after spending her last 3 fights at heavyweight, what do you think may be her adjustment? Do you think it's going to be as easy as she's so confidently making it seem, or are there going to be some maybe glimpse that you have to?
Well, I'm wondering if there's going to be an increase in power in Claressa Shields. We know she can box, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. We know she's got a hand speed advantage, but we have yet to see real power from Claressa. Now, she brought Andre Durrell in for this camp, the former Olympic bronze medalist, world title challenger at the super middleweight division. Flint, Michigan native, somebody she knows well. And some of the work that they have been doing for this camp has been focused on power punches, slowing down some of these exchanges, throwing less punches to sit down on more of them. Claressa Shields, I think, wants to make a statement in this fight. She is the better fighter than Kay Scott, full stop, but she doesn't want to beat Kay by 10-0 decision. She wants to go out there and knock Kay Scott out.
And finally, what is this move back down to middleweight? The first step for Shields pursuing some of the other bigger and higher profile fights available. What is that going to prove, and will that be on the line?
Claressa is certainly not overlooking Kay Scott, but she has her eyes on bigger prizes. She is looking to fight Lauren Price at 160 pounds in her next fight. Lauren Price, the former Olympic gold medalist over in the UK. She is a welterweight title holder, and the two sides have been negotiating over the last couple of weeks to make a fight between Claressa.
So that means we got another fight coming, and I paid for this membership for a whole year. So y'all get ready. I paid for this membership tonight for the whole year. So that means we're going to get all the fights. Okay? Thank you, guys.
And Price at 160 pounds. Now, Claressa wants to get down to 160, see if she can do it in a healthy way. She checked that box, and she wants to make sure that there is hardware on the line when she fights Lauren Price. So if Claressa comes through this clean, wins these 2 world titles, I do believe we are going to get Shields versus Price in a big matchup in their next fight.
And look, you got to look at the other side, too. I know a lot of fans are here to see Claressa, but you got to look at Kay Scott as well. The champ going into this doesn't have as many pro fight experiences set in, but what does she got to do to make this not only competitive, but maybe come out successful?
I think she's got to hit a home run shot, if we're being honest. Kay Scott's 42 years old, and the only reason that she turned professional is because Australia doesn't allow women to fight in the amateurs in their 40s. So she's professional now, 7 fights in, looked pretty good her last time out against Olivia Curry, but she is lacking when it comes to hand speed. She is lacking when it comes to skill. She has been a very solid amateur throughout the course of her pro career, but she does not have the same skill set as Claressa Shields. She has got to push Claressa back, and she has got to land a big shot. That is their only chance, I believe, of winning this fight.
All right, a lot of people in-house here for this. And we had Usher, Kevin Gates. I don't know who else you're seeing down there, but
I'm seeing everybody.
Inside. Chris, appreciate you sprinting up here. Let's send it back down to Todd and Serge for the tail of the tape, guys.
All right, it's a sweltering, humid night here in Atlanta as this crowd is ready to get hot themselves for this main event. Claressa Shields, the quote, makes her debut in Atlanta to square off against the champ, Kay Scott, who fights out of Australia. Kay Scott is stronger. She's bigger. She's longer, but no one seems to
Delicious. Age is just 24? Am I looking at that right? I know Kay Scott is 42. I know that. They've been making a big deal about that. But 24? She's still young. Girl, you got a whole lifetime ahead of you. Okay.
Think she's better, except Kay Scott's friends and family. Can she pull off one of the biggest stunners of all time? You see the fight record and the experience edge for Claressa Shields, the two-time Olympic gold medalist. Let's get it started. Here's Thomas Driver.
Live worldwide on DAZN. Let's now welcome to the ring our main event participants. First, the defending world champion from Australia, Kay Glamour Scott.
Well, if Kay Scott is intimidated or nervous or doubts herself, you wouldn't know it from talking to her, Sergio. She said, listen, I sparred Claressa back in 2016. Claressa doesn't remember it, by the way. And she said, listen, I put my hands on her. I don't put her on a pedestal like everyone else does. I think I can give her trouble. If I bring my A game, I beat her.
And that's because they have that experience sparring. This is an Olympian versus an Olympian, a champion versus champion. And the reason that Kay Scott is so confident because she thinks that Claressa Shields at this point of her career, of her life, is overlooking her, overconfident. And of course, since she's coming down from heavyweight, maybe having weight issues, getting back to 160.
All right, Sergio, keys to victory for Scott. You said that she drops her right hand, she can get clipped. But offensively, can she hurt the quotes?
It's going to be a right hand. I mean, she is tall, she is long, but she has no power. She's going to have to really do something we haven't seen. Jab the midsection. It's going to be Shields coming on the front foot. Shields does square up at times when she's hooking with opponents. So you got to dig at that midsection, jab and dip, punch and dip, because something's always going to come back. And don't exchange with the quote. Because Shields has a faster hand. You want to rely on timing and not speed.
She's coming off the biggest win of her career, defeating Olivia Curry in their rematch to claim the vacant WBC and WBA middleweight champions. And Scott became a world champion at the age of 41 after just her 7th pro fight. Sergio, that's pretty incredible in its own right.
No, it is very impressive because she is older and she's still fighting against the best in a championship level at this age of her career. What she lacks in the pro experience, she makes up with the amateur experience and the confidence that she brings to the table. If she can stay fluid, stay confident, and like she told us, and this is something that I loved hearing from her, hide when she's hurt. She knows she's going to get hit. So she has to control her body language, control her breathing, and hide anytime Shields lands something big. That's excellent way of thinking when you're not the favorite.
And if you're wondering why Kay Scott got such a late start in the game, she's 42 years old now. That's because she had to wait to start her amateur boxing career because women's boxing was banned in her state of New South Wales until 2009. And after that ban was lifted, Scott took part in the first ever female bout in the state. So similar to what Katie Taylor had to go through in Ireland when boxing was banned for women in her country. So Kate Scott, a trailblazer in her country. And boy, would she set the sport on fire if she could somehow pick up one of the biggest wins anyone's ever gotten in a ring to beat Claressa Shields here tonight. Kay Scott, currently one of Australia's 2 reigning world champions, alongside Sky Nicholson, who holds the 122-pound championship. And there's Claressa Shields, who loves to glam up for the press conference, for the weigh-in. You saw her yesterday with a feathered boa, an outrageous bikini, but she takes all the makeup off. All the glam comes off, and she says she gets back to the basics. She comes back to the beatdowns. She said she used to give to her mother's boyfriends back in the day, Sergio. She used to stand up for her family with her fists.
Because she's a fighter at heart. But she knows at this age of boxing, especially women's boxing, looks also sell. Looks also promote. So not only are the looks going to get you somewhere, but the hooks are going to get you even farther. And when it comes down to fighting, when that bell rings, there's only one champion there that's won 2 gold medals. There's only one 19-time world champion, 5 division champion, 3 times undisputed, and that's Claressa Shields. And that's the reason she has that demeanor coming to the ring.
A slight delay as we're dealing with some security issues before the quote makes the walk, as everyone in this arena is on their feet, has their phones out, crowding the barriers. She has become a one-woman force. Other than Katie Taylor, Sergio, no one has the magnetic personality and the draw in the women's game like Claressa Shields.
Now, there's always something that's missing, right? Like Amanda Serrano, she had the power and the body shots and the way of fighting, but she didn't have the colorful character. You know, she wasn't outspoken. She was more timid and reserved. Then you have Alicia Baumgartner, who has the looks, has the mouth, but then she does not really, there's something missing with her as well. Claressa Shields has a little bit of everything, you know, a little bit of everything. And that's the reason she's able to market and promote herself.
All right, Sergio, let's revisit from earlier tonight your keys to victory for Claressa Shields.
Claressa Shields needs to finish everything with a hook, because whenever you're dealing with someone with bad defense, you got to sweep them with that left hook. You want to exchange hooks. Look at when you see right here. Kay Scott always drops that right hand. There's always an opening on the right side of her face because that's bad technique. That's something where you have a late start in boxing. Something where you're fighting with smaller gloves, you rely on the bigger gloves. So every time you get in an exchange, if you're Claressa Shields, you sweep away. And if she falls off balance and squares up like that, that left hook's going to land harder and more accurate.
And there is Kay Scott. Sergio, Claressa Shields, 18 wins, only 3 knockouts, but you believe she gets one tonight against Kay Scott. Is it just because that she drops that right hand so low?
I think it's because of a lot of things. I think even at 31 years old, I think Claressa Shields is growing into not only her strength, her power, but even knowing this is a woman, this is a champion that doesn't stop learning.
I'll make sure
She's
you put
always
in
trying
the
to
chat
learn. Now that she has Andre Terrell, you know, a
your
fighter
money
that
is
really
going, who you
respect.
betting for.
Speed is not going to be enough. It's punch placement and turning shots and technique, and I think that's why she's going to carry the power.
All right, we're ready to see the GOAT make the walk. Here's
Drop
Thomas
where you coming in from. Where you from?
And now let's welcome
where you
the
from?
Challenger from the
And you'll
United
win. Who do you
States.
think is going to win?
known
I know who's going
as
to
the
win. I
GOAT,
watched it during my run.
Claressa
But I'm saying it,
T-Rex
the short version.
Shields.
Look at Mr. Go. I like that outfit. Boxing outfit. I guess that's what it's called. I like it. There it is.
It is an absolute packed house, and it has been for a few hours. This just isn't a fight night. This is the whole scene as Lotto's about to sing her to the ring.
Or at least walk her to the ring, because this is a song that we're familiar with Claressa Shields. And you can hear everyone here knows the lyrics and gonna sing along.
Y'all haven't seen this fight? Oh my God. You get ready. Make sure y'all got something to drink and get your food or popcorn ready. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, okay? Hit that like button and like the video. If you want to watch the full version when I get through editing my live, I'll drop that one. Yeah, watch the live too. I got more than just this fight, the major fight. Ray J is fighting, plus I forgot that other girl's name. I don't remember her name, but she's fighting too. Those are the rappers in the reality stars fighting.
Look at this scene. A jam-packed State Farm Arena in Atlanta, which just shows you how popular Claressa Shields is in the entire country, not just her home state of Michigan. This crowd is going crazy.
Whether it's Flint or whether it's anywhere in Michigan or Atlanta, this woman, this champion, this GOAT knows how to bring out the crowd and put on a show.
Okay, here we go, guys.
The fan zone gives K-Scott a 13% chance of pulling off the upset. I didn't think it would be that high.
Oh, they got 87% Shields and 13% Scott.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise for first the playing of the national anthem for Australia.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is God by
I guess they planned it in where they sing it in Australia for Scott. And then they're going to do it again for America. For Shields.
Southern Cross will toil with hearts and hands to make this Commonwealth the once renowned of all the lands. For those who come across the seas, we've boundless plains to share. With courage, let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joy God's strength, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
And now we welcome Johnny Blaze to perform the singing of the song, Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmony of liberty. Let all rejoicing rise. High as a lifting sky. Let all resound loud as a rolling sea. So sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the past has brought us. Facing the rising sun, all of our become. Let us march on till victory is won. Is won. Thank you.
And now we welcome Molly Nicole to sing the national anthem for the United States.
I don't know where they getting these people from.
See by the dawn's early light,
Girl, sing up.
was so proudly
Oh
we
my God.
hailed at the
I don't know where they get these people from. They need to boo her ass. They need to boo her.
bright skies through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly strong, and the rocket's red glare of bombs bursting in
I think she just knew to sing.
gave
And this
proof through
may be a
the
little challenging
night
for her.
that I
At least,
fled
and she's still going. She's still singing.
No, say does that star-spangled
I think she's singing too low. She's singing to herself. I forgot she got all these people she have to sing to.
For the land
She'll get better.
of
Girl,
the
she'll be better next time.
free. In the home
Y'all give her
of
a clap for that. Clap for her. At least she tried. I had to put some claps out there for her. It seemed like not everybody clapping, so I had to put my clapping on for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it will be for the WBA and WBC Women's Middleweight Championships of the World. Brought to you by Salida Promotions in partnership with Wind Records, Claressa Shields Promotions in round 30. Presenting sponsor is Zeus Network, along with our great sponsor, OnlyFans. Sanctioned by the Georgia Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matt Woodruff, along with World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza Jr., Supervisor Kina Malpartida, and the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Jill Diamond. The judges are Mike Ross, Wilfredo Esperon, and Alex Marin. Our referee in charge will be Joel Scobie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. So boxing fans joining us live worldwide, and boxing fans here in Atlanta, Georgia, the hour of truth has arrived. Introducing first, the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner, she comes to the ring wearing red with gold and weighed in officially at 159.8 pounds. A native of Flint, Michigan, she is now fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, USA, and had a stellar amateur career, becoming a two-time Olympic gold medalist, and now as a professional, undefeated. 18 wins, 3 wins come by way of knockout. Her accomplishments include winning 19 world titles in 5 weight divisions, becoming the undisputed light middleweight and middleweight world champion, the current undisputed heavyweight world champion, and the #1 pound for pound female fighter in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, universally recognized as the greatest female fighter of all time, here is the GOAT, Claressa T-Rex Shields. And across the ring in this main event, she is the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner. She comes to the ring wearing red with white and weighed in officially at 158.8 pounds. Coming to us from Sydney, Australia, she brings a professional record of 5 wins, just 1 defeat, and 1 draw. Tonight, in her first world title defense, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and defending WBA and WBC Women's Middleweight Champion of the World, Kay Glamour Scott.
Second. Okay, Claressa and Kay, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I remind you to follow my commands, protect yourself at all times. Just listen up on the low blows. Both of you, we're gonna go from the middle of the letters and up or legal punches. Good luck to you both.
All right, so finally, it's go time, 12:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Are we about to see another dominant, destructive beat down from Claressa Shields, or can Kay Scott pull off one of the biggest upsets since James Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson? Shields a 30-1 favorite. Our main event starts now, live from Atlanta, Georgia. This for the WBC and WBA Middleweight Championships of the World.
I think what to watch early on with Kay Scott is, can she stay on that front foot? She is not going to be successful against Claressa Shields fighting off that back foot. We saw it in Claressa's last fight with Franchon Cruz-Dezurn. Franchon wanted to be a front foot fighter, but just couldn't seem to keep the pressure of Claressa Shields off her.
And Scott's not going to have any success if she's stiff. I mean, she fights so stiff and tall. Normally that's good if you're fighting another fighter not as fluid, not as quick on the trigger and Claressa Shields, but being that stiff and not moving your upper body, it's only be a matter of time before Shields times her.
She also has very little head movement, Sergio. Keeps that head right on the line.
Scott likes to fight coming forward, but right now Shields is forcing her back. Good jab there.
And That's where Scott is actually vulnerable on the back foot. She keeps that head high. She doesn't tuck her chin in.
Good shots from Shield, but Scott fires back.
I tell you, we are already, I think, seeing some of the evolution of Claressa Shields. She's sitting down on these punches a little bit more.
And I'm surprised that Scott's exchanging hooks with her so early.
Well, Chris said earlier, there's no way that Scott can outbox her. She's got to outfight her.
Credit to Scott right now so far. She is trying to get her respect.
And even Shields said yesterday at the weigh-in, she was impressed by how big and strong Kay Scott looked.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Shields also has faced someone that's 6 foot tall, just like Kay Scott, and was able to handle her and Danielle Perkins. Actually dropped Perkins with an overhand shot, overhand right. A bump coming up on the forehead of Kay Scott.
She's had problems before.
That's going to turn into a hematoma. It's already swelling.
She had that fucking shit. Her first fight was
Don't rush yourself. Don't rush yourself. You hit all night long. One more shot to get.
The Slebs are here tonight. Sugar Shane Mosley, famously known for his draw with Sergio Mora. There's Mayweather and Crawford sharing an intimate moment. Shakur Stevenson, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world today. YG, the rapper. And there's Usher ringside here in Atlanta. All right, round 2. Good first round for Claressa Shields, although Scott did have some moments. Chris, what are you seeing so far?
I see a woman in Claressa Shields that wants to win a fight by knockout. We've seen Claressa have success in the past, flurrying, throwing 8, 9, 10 punch combinations at times. And I think she can do that any time against Kay Scott. But that first round, she was looking for one big one.
Oh, they're motoring. Both of them just letting their hands go. This is a fight now. Good right hand there to punctuate it from Shields.
You got to give it to Kay Scott. I mean, she's mixing it up with Shields. But look, Shields has the faster hands. I think she has the more compact power type punches, but right now Kay Scott's giving just like he's taking. I would love to see Shields throw body shots. That's what she neglects. She always neglects the body. She's always trying to head hunt. If she can dig down, get the respect of Scott downstairs, and something easier will land up top. You can see Shields trying to shoulder roll and trying to come back with that right hand. Good body shot by
body
Shields.
shot from Shields and another one. Scott there. Scott, though, right there in the pocket.
I tell you what, that bump on the head of Kay Scott is getting bigger and bigger. They were working on it in the corner after that last round, but that is going to be a real problem.
Yeah, usually bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows or something sharp that hit her there, because normally a glove doesn't do that. Or a headbutt.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the doctor take a look at this either after this round or the next round.
Exciting fight.
Shields got some power behind her. That's some straight out power.
You're partnering with one of the most ruthless mobsters in history.
Straight out power.
Touch her downstairs for me. That's good body work. Just take your time with it.
Jamel Herring on X. Hater or lover, Claressa Shields at the draw. Even got rival promoters giving her free promos.
And y'all remember, I paid for the membership for this for a whole year. Okay? So every time any fights, I'm going to be watching.
Called about yesterday, said I'll beat anybody on that roster. By the way, back in
That
December
means I can beat
2024, Kay
fights.
Scott suffered 2 significant
4 fights uninterrupted unless I want to. Okay?
enormous hematoma form on her head, similar to what we're seeing here tonight.
Hematoma is not good when you
They've
hit.
got to get that inswell going on her,
Yeah,
Sergio.
they've been doing a good job pushing it down. I mean, it should have been a lot worse by now. So the corner of K-Scott doing a tremendous job.
The worst one I ever remember seeing was
Asim Rahman.
Asim Rahman, I believe, against Evander Holyfield.
Another man that was adept at using his head. That's great Holyfield.
Scott with a 1-2.
Good shot right on the top of the head. I think she clipped that hematoma with that right hand.
Well, it's hard to miss. She's got 2 heads. There's a left hook from Scott.
And Scott, this is what Scott needs to do, be on the front foot, trying to push back. Shields, she said she was going to do it, and she is. I like the jab that she's throwing to the torso, to the gut area as well.
But she's eating a lot more shots than she's handing out. Some good body work from CLARESSA in that exchange.
And Scott knew she was going to have to eat shots. She was going to have to go through fire.
Triple, quadruple jab from Shields.
Yeah. Y'all know what I noticed about Shield?
And Sergio, you wanted more body shots from the glove. She's giving them to you.
She don't even look like she been fighting. She's about the ring. That girl, she's looking like I'm ready to fight. And she just got through beating somebody.
Are you surprised by what you're seeing from Kay Scott as she eats the right hand, or is this what you thought?
Well, I'm surprised with the toughness because Shields should have hurt her by now. I mean, I'm confident in Shields' power and that she has a better technique, and just barely missing those left hooks I was talking about what keys to victory. Look, shots like that, they're barely missing because of the lack of upper body movement of Scott. So Claressa Shields in complete control, but gutsy effort being shown by Scott.
Good into the round for Shields.
Okay. See, she don't even look like she's tired. Claressa do not look tired. You go over there and look at Scott, she look like she tore up.
Good work. Touch that body. Don't forget that body. That's good work.
She don't even look tired at all. She look like she just having a ball. Like she having fun.
Claressa Shields with the slightly faster hands. There's that shoulder roll, trying to catch her with that shoulder roll. Came up short right there. This is where Shields squares up, and there is openings for uppercuts. Both these fighters are scoring up. You can see that it's Shields with the slightly faster hands taking advantage of the shots around the guard.
Yeah, I tell you, I love the chemistry that John David Jackson has with Andre Jarrell in the corner of Claressa Shields. No overlap there. JDJ gives his instructions right at the top, points at Andre, he gives his piece. Very solid corner work by that team.
Unlike some work we saw in Tyson Fury's corner a few fights ago where everyone was giving conflicting information and talking over each other. It's good to see a corner that has their act together as we look at Chris Mannix's scorecard.
Yeah, pretty easy fight to score at this point. 3-0. Kay Scott, tough, landing a few shots, but overwhelming work being done right now by Claressa Shields.
You see some openings for Scott to land some big punches, Sergio?
It looks like there's an opening with the right hand, but Claressa keeps rolling with that shot. I mean, she got really good at that shoulder roll, confident with that left shoulder, blocking that jab. So no, not yet. See how Shields has been practicing that just to get Scott to get overconfident, maybe overcommitting with a left jab and then coming over the top.
More good body work. John Jackson was asking for that after that last round. She's been doing effective body work these last 2 rounds. Good body shot there as well.
Yeah. This is more body shots than we're accustomed to seeing from Claressa Shields.
You look at some of these numbers, 174-98 advantage in punches thrown, 37-19 in the power punches landed.
Shields is not overloading like she has in the past. And this is by design. They've worked on this. They're working on breaking down opponents responsibly with that jab, not overloading, not losing your ground. Shields is looking sharp and responsible.
Nice shoulder roll again by CLARESSA
Shields
Shields.
on around on a roll now.
Two-time Olympic gold medalist.
Woo!
And there's that overloading with that right hand. That's the first time I've seen her
If
do it.
he
so
had a
far.
hit up with that,
Ooh, stiff
could have
jab.
been over. Shields got them power in those punches. And I wouldn't want to be the one that's receiving one of them.
Big crowd here tonight, an even bigger one coming up September 5th at the historic Crow Park. They're expecting 80,000 fans for the farewell song from Katie Taylor as she rounds out her incredible career live
This
on
girl
DAZN.
got hematomas on her head. They trying to press them suckers down. Look at that. Y'all see that?
I tell kids to be rough. I need you to be rough in there.
They
All right,
trying to
she's
press
saving
them
herself.
suckers down.
She's going to try to come home real hard. All right? Let's be
Girl.
right on her edge.
But they still, she looked like Ray J when Ray J was fighting Super High Fire.
They want her to be rough in there, Sergio.
Now I love hearing that. They're not here to win a decision because they know they can't outbox someone like CLARESSA Shields. They can try to outfight someone like Shields, but they gotta get her going. They gotta get her more of a tough fight.
All right, we're in round 5, scheduled for 10. Shields probably has won the first 4 rounds. Now she's allowing Scott to come to her. Maybe catch her with a counter right hand. You see that pull counter, she's setting up for it, Sergio.
Shields is really good at fighting off the ropes. You see it in every fight. She's so comfortable flooring off them ropes.
There it was, it landed. But Scott, true to form,
there
trying to
it
make it
goes.
rough.
You can see that Scott's really strong on the inside when they tangle up on the inside. Shields is just sharper. There's that shot. You know, if you're not in a position to throw that right hand, you shouldn't throw it.
Now, K. Scott trying to bully Shields on the inside. Why not? The crowd sounds like they're a little bit concerned, but I think Shields is allowing her to do this.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think there's a method to the madness here.
I think she's allowing her to
Without
do it.
being pushed there. So K. Scott wants to try to take advantage, but CLARESSA's landing some good counter shots here as well.
Good left hand there by Scott, but I agree. I like the way the Shields picking her shots.
And Sergio, when they're in this kind of grapple, the body's open to K. Scott. I think CLARESSA's using that as a way to get to the body.
And Shields is taking advantage with the body shots and uppercuts. Beautiful shots, both of them around the guard.
And now Shields coming off the ropes.
I'll tell you, that was a smart
Girl, you
strategic
better-
move. There's about 8 body shots.
You better
that
go
landed
somewhere
that
and sit
shade
down
from
now.
Shields.
Shields is coming after you.
And again, Shields firing to the rib cage. Probably the best round of the fight, though, for K. Scott. Not sure she won it. Oh, big left hand there, but Scott got hers in too.
Woo!
I love the work that CLARESSA Shields did against the ropes.
There's power behind every swing.
Good work. That's good work. You're fine. It's not like that. You're fighting like this. Take your time.
Look at the slight little catching and countering. And good body shots, missing that hook, but staying against the ropes. CLARESSA Shields just looking for an opening, real calm, not letting Scott smother her. She still wants a little bit of space to land shots like that. Really clean work, even against the ropes. It's a rope.
This crowd has turned this into a party.
It's a party already.
All right, at round 6. Shields wants a knockout in the worst way, Chris. You think she's going to be able to get it?
I think Kay Scott's been tough so far, taking the best that Claressa Shields has thrown at her, but I do like the body work. I think if a knockout comes, it's going to come from a good body shot.
Shields said she normally does 6-week training camps, did 12 weeks in preparation for this fight because she said, I want to destroy Scott in front of this massive crowd.
Yeah, and I think it was smart because you're going from around 175 back down to 160. You haven't fought there in 3 years. She told us this week that because she kind of got stuck in the 170s, a month, 2 months before the fight. It took a while to lose those last few pounds, so she's glad she took that full 12-week training camp.
I like the punch selection by Shields. She's trying to set up that right hand, but when it's not there, she puts them together real nicely, not overloading on the punches.
If you're wondering, yes, Claressa Shields has been knocked down before, but it happened 8 years ago. It was a first-round flash knockdown against Hannah Gabriels.
Oh, good shot. There's that left hook. Finally landed. Scott took it well.
Oh, she didn't take that one well.
Woo!
She's ready to go.
Oh!
Claressa Shields wants the knockout, and she's down.
There was the key to victory. Exchanging hooks.
You don't even know where she at right now.
And she just got
Not the
45
fingers.
seconds to go in the round. Now is when Claressa Shields needs to flurry. Let her hands go. Force the referee to step in and stop the fight.
He may stop it now, Chris. She doesn't look good. Can Shields get her first knockout in 2 years? She's ready to go.
It's like fun t-shirt.
It's all
You
over.
won.
Claressa Shields.
Not one, not two, but 3 towers come in to stop this fight and stop that onslaught by Claressa. What a beast performance here in Atlanta.
Atlanta is on fire.
Girl, you didn't know where you was. You was dazed and confused. Look at this.
What a performance. The quote, another chapter is written as she comes back down from heavyweight to become the unified middleweight champion of the world.
We are watching.
Kevin showed her weight in.
Special. We're
I'll
watching
show
greatness.
Shields
Who goes
weight
up
in
to
another
heavyweight,
video.
comes right back down to middleweight to do what she just did, carrying that power from
weigh in
160 to
with
175 plus, just bouncing around different divisions, knocking out and beating up
I think
different
looks nice.
champions.
I'd rather not do it.
Incredible.
Anything less than a knockout was not going to please Claressa Shields. She was on a seek and destroy mission.
But she didn't know what she
and
was,
that's
Claressa.
exactly what she did.
She was stumbling all over the place.
There will be an argument, Sergio. Maybe it's for a later day. But who will be the greatest female fighter who ever lived? Katie Taylor or Claressa Shields? You tell me.
Listen, on any given day, you can go either side, but there's a reason Katie Taylor is in the pound for pound #1 list. There's a reason she's in
there it
the
goes.
stadium. But Claressa Shields is incredible. What she's doing from the amateurs all the way to the professional ranks, and only getting bigger, more popular, stronger, and hurting fighters like
there
this.
it goes.
Taking her time, being in position. Just a beautiful, dangerous performance by Shields. There's that hook right there. Bad technique failed. Kay Scott like I knew it would.
I didn't know where she was. Kay Scott, you're trying to figure out where am I?
Claressa is now 31 years old. She said earlier this week she wants to keep fighting until she's 38. So many more magical moments to come. And perhaps Lauren Price will be her next opponent. The Welsh woman, I'm sure, is watching this right now. Sergio, what do you think's going through her head?
Hey, listen, Lauren Price is another awesome fighter, front foot, offensive, Olympian. Another great champion as well. But there's so many names that are around that list that Shields is the only one willing to sacrifice and go down the way of her weight. All these women should do exactly just that to make the biggest fights happen.
The 4 fight.
That's what this crowd came to see. They wanted violence, and they got it.
Yeah, a lot of happy people out there.
In the party, Sergio is going to go deep into the night. I can promise you that.
Don't care what y'all feel about
Claressa. 3
Claressa.
a.m., I don't think. Maybe 4.
I don't care what y'all feel about her. I'm just here for the fight.
Well,
I
Sergio
love
asks
boxing.
this once after every fight. Give us a grade.
Come
for
on,
Shields.
man. How can you not give that an A++ type of performance?
You may
Perfect
laugh or you may hate her. I
execution,
don't care.
and exactly what
That's your
Claressa
own
wanted to
opinion.
do, she
I'm
did
here
it
for
with
the
flying
fight.
colors.
All right, Thomas
Report.
Triber, are you
I'm
in there, my
recording.
man? Tell us the
Have
story.
to be by. I just have to
Ladies and gentlemen,
not be biased.
here is the official time. 1 minute, 38 seconds of round number 6. The blue corner retires their fighter. Our
She'll
referee,
look like she
Joel
ready to
Scobie,
keep
accepts
fighting.
their retirement.
She look like she
Therefore,
about to pass
the
out.
winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and the new WBA and WBC Women's Middleweight Champion of the World, known as the GOAT, Claressa T-Rex Shields.
She got the belt.
She's won world titles
Winner.
at 154 pounds, 160, 168, 175 heavy. 5-division world champion, 3 divisions undisputed. And now, Sergio, she's got 2 middleweight titles again, and she wants more.
Coming from undisputed heavyweight champion to unified middleweight champion. I mean, that's incredible. That really is greatness that we're watching and witnessing.
But hey, it takes 2 to tango. And how about Kay Scott stepping up to the plate and fighting with everything she has?
She has nothing to be ashamed of, and everything she said she was going to do, she attempted to do, but she was just in there with someone that was just way better, way greater, and way more experienced on the professional level.
Whoa, Nelly. All right. Feel free to stay on that shot, Bob, our producer.
Yeah, I'll
What
make
the heck
sure
are you
y'all
doing
watch
there?
You're going to get a lot of baby.
video.
That's the director. He's throwing the
Four
director under the
videos.
bus. Yes,
You
you
want to see
rascal.
everything.
But hey, I think
Watch
Kay Scott
four
brought a
videos.
knife to a gunfight tonight, and it was Claressa Shields who blew her away as we go into the ring, and Chris Mannix.
Now,
Well, Claressa, congratulations. You get your 19th win.
And we'll be doing
4th
race
knockout,
video.
collect
Radio.
belts number 20
In
and
Orlando,
21 on your
Brown.
resume, and you prove again you're the
Well,
queen of
what video?
160 pounds. How'd you feel about that performance?
Oh, man. I felt, well, one, I want to give my honor, and I want to thank God. And I want to thank my team, Coach John, Coach Andre Darrell. I want to thank Papoose, thank Win Records, Deuce Network, DAZN, Jimmy Salita, my promoter. Man, this was a hard camp. It was a hard camp. You know, I always tell myself that everything is easy work, but it was a really hard camp. I cut 38 pounds. I started 14 weeks ago. I was 198, and then I got down to 160. And it was a hard camp. I mean, the most disciplined I've been since the Olympics, I feel like.
You knew coming in you probably had a big skill advantage, speed advantage, accuracy advantage, but it seemed like from the opening bell you were looking to get that stoppage.
No, I was actually just trying to figure her out. She was stronger than what I thought. She was very strong, and I knew that with me cutting the weight that I cut, that I didn't want to exert too much early. So I was trying to make sure I can deal with her strength and not get caught with nothing crazy, because I'm not as strong as I feel at 175. But I am as strong, but I just don't feel like it. I started going to her body and breaking her down, and I think that my jab and everything was really on point, but I kind of thought that all the girls are super tough and go 10 rounds. So I was like, if I do the same thing, I'm going to go 10 rounds. So how can I go, knock her out? And when I started going to the body and seeing that my right hand was just landing, I'm like, get a little bit closer, take my time with my shots. And when I think I threw a right hook and a right, and I slowed it down, and all 3 of them hit, and I think her leg is wobbly, I'm like, oh shit, she's ready to go. So we've been working on that all camp.
Walk me through that punch. You seemed to hit her with a clean shot. It was kind of a delayed reaction from her there before she went down. What did you see there?
I just remember getting close and throwing the right hook, right? And I seen that she was trying to fight back, and I think I threw the right and a hook, and then she started wobbling and going down.
Seemed like they threw every towel in the locker room in there at the very end. You disappointed you couldn't get sort of the highlight finish?
I know. I am happy with my highlights. I'm happy with my performance. I'm happy with my camp. I sprained my knee. Everybody keep asking me about my dang knee brace. I sprained my knee 2 weeks ago working on delivering my power with a shot, and my thing popped out of my leg. So I was trying to make sure it didn't pop out during the fight. So I had to wear this thing the past 2 weeks. But I felt really good. I feel really strong, and I can't wait to fight against Lauren Price at 160.
I'll ask you about that, but you coming down here to Atlanta, this was your idea. You were selling out arenas in Michigan. You came down here, 16,000 fans here in Atlanta that came to see you tonight.
That is so crazy to me. Oh my God. I walked out here, I said, oh, they in this mother lover for your girl. Man, I knew I could do it. Atlanta loves black excellence, just like Detroit. And I came out here and showed why I'm pound number one.
All right, so Lauren Price, is that the fight that you want next?
Yes, if I can get it in between December and January. If not, I would love to fight against Michaela or Tam Tebow. She got the rest of the 3 belts. She don't really had that many fights in the professionals, but she got belts. It's not my fault this girl don't have the experience that I have. But, hey, she got a belt that I know belongs to me, and that's the ring belt. I've always been number one at 160, and when I decided to come back down to 160, that automatically made me number one. I don't know how the Ring magazine let Delcy and Tam fight for the ring belt, and Tam was not number 2 or 1. It doesn't make sense.
Congratulations, Claressa.
Yes, thank you. And to all my fans, I love y'all for spending y'all hard-earned money, getting y'all hotels and y'all flights. Everybody that drove here and got on buses from Flint, I love y'all. And I can't wait to get back out here and do this again.
All right, Dimitri, we'll give you the last word. You want to come back to Atlanta?
Atlanta was great. Claressa made history again, being the first woman to headline an event in this beautiful world-class venue. Claressa's goal is to fight the best. She's been going up and down the weight historically. And we won the biggest and the best fights. Atlanta, Detroit, New York City. Here we come.
Sky's the limit. Appreciate it, Dimitri.
Y'all heard it.
All right, Sergio, Claressa Shields, as she always says, I'll fight anybody, but she's really dialed in on Lauren Price. Will that be a competitive
Lauren
fight?
Price.
Oh, that'll be an incredible fight. I mean, it'll be an internationally popular fight. And I just love that she's willing to call out not only popular fighters like Lauren Price, but underrated champions like Tam Tebow.
Okay, guys.
That's the one that actually makes the most sense. Tebow actually is big. She's strong, put punches together, but unknown.
She needs a couple years, don't you think, to be at her peak?
No, what I'm saying is Claressa Shields not dodging that. I'm not mentioning her name. She's a champion. She's a ring. So